Watch Wonder Geneva is more than an event. It is a watchmaking summit bringing together the key players of the industry. Geneva 2025 was indeed a record edition with 7 newcomers, totalizing 60 brands and an exhibition surface of 70,000 square meters. We had over 55,000 visitors from 125 different countries this year. This included 6,000 retailers and led to 12,000 retail meetings. Last year, 25% of the public visitors were under the age of 25, with an overall average age of 35 years old. We created an exciting program specifically designed for the younger generation, both at the salon and in the city. We also welcome young influencers. 20 content creators from across Europe came, reaching out to an audience around 16 million youngsters. So the next gen is clearly at the center of the project of Watches and Wonder Geneva.
Welcome to Luxury on Air, where we explore the trends, innovations, and personalities defining and redefining the luxury industry.
Each year, Geneva becomes the global epicenter of fine watchmaking through the Watches and Wonders Geneva exhibition. The event has evolved from its origins as a pure business fair, also known as the Salon International de la Haute Horlogerie, and it now welcomes also the larger public. There is one man driving this transformation, Matthieu Humair, CEO of the Watches and Wonders Geneva Foundation. I talk with him about his vision for the event and his strategy to make watchmaking more visible to the public, engage the young people, and give a platform to innovative minds. My name is Felicitas Morhart, and here is our new episode from Luxury on Air. Matthieu, thank you so much for welcoming us here in your beautiful office here in Geneva.
Hello, nice to be here and thanks for coming over.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, really. The wonderful view to Lake Geneva. I wish people could see it. Matthieu, this year you finished the Watches and Wonders Geneva event in April. I've heard that you achieved a record edition this year. By now, you probably have analyzed your numbers. Can you tell us a little bit about facts and figures of this year's edition?
Sure. Watch Wonder Geneva is more than an event. It is a watchmaking summit bringing together the key players of the industry. It is the rendezvous of the year for the watchmaking industry, where all the novelties, the new collection are launched. It sets the trends of the year. We have 7 days event, 4 days for professional, and 3 days open to everyone and to the public. Watches and Wonder Geneva 2025 was indeed a record edition, all figures increasing significantly. First of all, the continuous growth with 7 newcomers, totalizing 60 brands and an exhibition surface of 70,000 square meters. We had over 55,000 visitors from 125 different countries this year, plus 12% compared to last year. This included 6,000 retailers and led to 12,000 retail meetings, up to 20%. 1,600 journalists attending Watches and Wonder Geneva, allowing extended coverage, print and online, and totalizing a global reach with the hashtag Watches and Wonders 2025, over 700 million people.
Wow.
And also, very important, we had 23,000 tickets that were sold to the 3 public days, going up 20%. So it was sold out during the public days, and we were very happy to welcome the public at Watches and Wonder Geneva.
Beautiful. Maybe some fun fact, how many bottles of champagne have been served?
Many bottles of champagne, 6,000 approximately, a lot of coffee as well, and but a lot of content. What is most important is to see all the novelties and content that we had on the brand's booth this year. It was amazing to have all that during 1 week.
Wonderful. And I can attest to it was a really an really tickling of senses, all the different booths, but also the artistic performances at the entry show. It's really a very, very rich and synesthetic event. I can attest. Now, going a little bit back to the history, the Watches and Wonders Geneva event in this form, how it's now, is pretty recent. Can you explain a little bit how it came about and how it has become the yearly meet and greet of the Swiss watchmaking industry?
Yes, the brand Watches and Wonder Geneva exists since 2020. It comes from the SIHH, which was created in 1991 and started with 5 brands: Cartier, Piaget, Baume & Mercier, Daniel Roth, and Gérald Genta. Year after year, new brands joined the SIHH, among which independent watchmakers such as H. Moser, who joined the Carré des Horlogers in 2016. The last edition of the SIHH in 2019 welcomed 23,000 visitors and gathered 35 brands. During the pandemic, Watches and Wonders reinvented itself as a digital event. Everyone realizing that physical meetings, allowing contacts and emotions were necessary. And we came back in 2022 with a big Watches and Wonder Geneva physical event. This makes Watches and Wonder Geneva the only major watchmaking event worldwide today. And we transform this event into a B2B2C platform with personalized experiences, such as the lab that you saw this year, an area dedicated to new technologies, to innovation, but also workshops, master classes, nice exhibitions, beautiful auditorium to welcome the brand's keynotes. So clearly, experiences and emotions are everywhere from the start of the visit to the end of this event. And also to give you some information about the Watches and Wonder Geneva Foundation, was created in 2022 on the initiative of Rolex, Richemont, and Patek Philippe. And since 2024, our board also includes Chanel, Hermès, and LVMH. They draw the strategic orientation and long-term vision of the foundation. The mission of the foundation, of the Watches and Wonder Geneva Foundation, is to promote watchmaking throughout the world by organizing Watches and Wonder Geneva. And within the foundation, we are a team of 30 people, all experts in the events field, driven by passion and commitment towards watchmaking. And important also to know that we work hand in hand with the exhibiting brands all year long and the key partners to guarantee an unforgettable experience at Watches and Wonder Geneva every year.
Wow, so a lot has happened since the beginnings, former times, the SIHH. When exactly did come the name Watches and Wonders Geneva into play?
Watch Wonder Geneva came in 2020. We were supposed to have a first physical event under the name in 2020. It was a digital edition, and the first physical Watches and Wonder Geneva edition was in 2022. We had previously Watches and Wonders event in Hong Kong, in Shanghai, but the first Watches and Wonder Geneva was in 2022.
That shows how COVID actually can spur innovation, right?
Absolutely.
I find also very interesting that not pure watchmakers have joined the board lately. I said Chanel and Hermès actually joined the board, which is a very interesting development in watchmaking, right? That there are also maisons who are well known for more fashion or for clothes making, joining and believing into the watchmaking.
But they are very, very good watchmakers, and they are part of the best of the best in the foundation. And at Watches and Wonder Geneva, we have the best watchmaking brands in the world.
Now, talking a little bit about the vision, because you have been really transforming this event along your ideas, your passions, your vision of the future. Can you talk a little bit more about those parts that really come out of your of your head, of your mind, and of your heart.
The aim of the salon is to promote watchmaking all around the world, to showcase and express the dynamism of the watchmaking industry. The salon brings together the key players of the watchmaking industry, and the interest for Watches and Mondial Geneva is constantly growing. Our ambition is to go further and open the watchmaking industry to a wider audience, to carry on addressing the younger generation, allowing visitors to experience the world of watchmaking in many different ways, whatever the level of knowledge. We also want to carry on evolving while maintaining always the quality and welcome and services of all our guests, and clearly also to remain faithful to the values that made the success of the salon. So a high level of hospitality and services to offer the visitors the best experience possible. So clearly everyone must enjoy a proper and unique experience. Exchange, contact, and vibration are what the salon offers and what are committed, and we are committed to maintaining those values at Watches and Mondial Geneva.
I think it's a very new thing to do such an event in a B2B2C fashion, to really also open it to the public and create more entertainment value also around it. We're going to touch on this a little bit more. I have still some questions about those innovations that are really showing the beauty and the intrinsic value of watchmaking with, for example, a Carré des Horlogers, where you show the independent, smaller watchmakers who oftentimes bring a lot of innovation. Also together with a lab where you show new technologies that can be used in watchmaking. Can you tell us a little bit more about these two parts of the Watches and Wonders Geneva event?
Yeah, the salon plays a key role in unifying the watchmaking industry and showcasing its amazing diversity. And the presence of key players generates a worldwide interest, focuses the attention on Geneva, and attracts retailers and journalists. All of it benefits to less known, smaller, or independent brands who often mention the salon as an accelerator to their development. On the other hand, of course, they also bring a lot of diversity, dynamism, and of course, a very high level of know-how, contributing to the global attractivity of the event. So joining Watches and Wonders is a decision that belongs to the brands and depends on their strategy and timing. And how do brands make it to Watches and Wonders? We consider all the brands interested in joining Watches and Wonders Geneva. All of them are carefully studied and evaluated by a selection committee with objective criteria, and also taking into account availabilities of the halls and technical constraints that we have. The last year, we welcome 5 to 7 brands in the last 3 editions. And we have now a beautiful and diverse portfolio of different brands to make Watches and Wonders Geneva the largest and most important watchmaking event, while having this unique and unbeatable level of services and experiences.
Can you say who the 7 newcomers are?
Yeah, so we welcomed this year 7 newcomers, and we were very happy to welcome for the first time Bulgari at Watches and Wonders Geneva 2025, but also Christian van der Klauw, Cross Studio, Meistersinger, Genius, Armin Strom, and HYT.
Right. So there's a lot of newcomers also in there, as you mentioned, but also some bigger player that maybe, as you said, you are very happy that they finally joined. And there is quite some difference in the size, right, of those players, and probably also in their participation of the fair. So is there collaboration between the brands also to maybe, help smaller independent brands make it to come, or are they all independent from each other?
Watches and Wonders Geneva is a project, teamwork project. Every brand works together to promote watchmaking. So really the big ones are here, and we also give a huge visibility to those smaller brands. And as mentioned, it is a huge accelerator for those brands. They have contact with 1,600 journalists, 7,000 retailers, So yeah, definitely it's a huge teamwork and a project to promote watchmaking definitely during 7 days.
That is actually a very nice mindset behind, right? And not a given that you have basically competitors
Yeah,
collaborate to promote a joint category, which is the watchmaking. I think some other industries could actually take an example of it. I'm just thinking about
absolutely.
diamonds, for example. That would also be a category which is quite fragmented, but you wish that there would be more collaboration. I think this is really a role model industry and event for promoting a joint effort.
Yeah, and we are very happy, and it's a role model from our foundation boards to give the vision for watchmaking and to show that working together to promote this beautiful industry is an example to the other for other industry in the world, definitely.
Absolutely, yeah. There is another really nice mindset that you bring to the Watches and Wonders Geneva Foundation is the idea to opening a once very closed event, a B2B event to the public. And you also have the event in the city. So the decision to add these public events and also to add the public days probably hasn't made it easier for you, but nicer for the public. Can you share a little bit about the complexities, the challenges, but of course also the opportunities of this decision?
Yes, in 2023, a significant shift was made by opening the doors to the public and developing the In the City program. And the objective was to make watchmaking accessible to a wider audience, address the local population, and establish Geneva as watchmaking capital. This meant definitely operating major changes in the organization of the salon in terms of ticketing, security, F&B services. It also meant developing a brand new program for this new audience, offering a unique watchmaking experience in the salon, but also in the city. So changes in the booth design of the brands were also necessary. Brands adapted their booth concept, having larger entrances and exhibition areas specifically dedicated to public visitors. It is definitely completely different to welcome a professional or public visitors. And this move was a success. We were sold out since we started this initiative. It brought qualitative new audiences to the salon and a young one too. This allows to create new passion and new vocations for the watchmaking industry. With Watches and Wonder Geneva, we don't only want to find the customers, but also the watchmakers of tomorrow, allowing students and apprentices to discover the brands. And same for in the city. The feedback from exhibitors and participants were very positive. Clearly, this event lit up the whole city thanks to its dynamics and animation throughout the week and created a stronger link to Geneva's citizen as well. And the city of Geneva has a long watchmaking history, and many brands have been founded here in its heart, beating to the rhythm of watchmaking. So, very happy with those two initiatives that are very positive for the future of Watches and Wonder Geneva.
Beautiful. Speaking of young people, so for those who are listening regularly, they know that the Swiss Center for Luxury Research is a center at HEC Lausanne, which is a university, and we have a lot of young people who are fascinated actually by watchmaking, and we were more than happy to be also invited by you to the Watches and Wonders Geneva Fair. I also read that this year's edition has actually reached more than 10,000 young participants. So young people love it. And that's very funny because oftentimes you have the impression watchmaking is maybe for older guys who have a lot of money and who can collect these items. But I see a lot of connoisseurship also coming up with young people. Did you actively engage young people to also comment on the fair, for example, through influencers or TikTok geekers about watchmaking? Were there any people engaged?
Thanks for asking. Absolutely. Last year, the figures revealed that 25% of the public visitors were under the age of 25, with an overall average age of 35 years old. So as a response to this, we created an exciting program specifically designed for the younger generation, both at the salon and in the city. These generations are looking for emotions and experiences, and they want to discover watchmaking professions and know-how. And Watches and Wonder Geneva is the perfect place for that. We want to create those new passions, new vocation in the watchmaking industry, and the watchmaking profession are highlighted throughout the week, from the brand's booth to the watchmaking village on the Pont de la Machine here in the city center of Geneva, where watchmakers presented their day-to-day work. Also in the lab, student project from Lausanne Wall's famous design school ECAL allowed these young visitors to exchange on their visions, and it is a networking area as well. And this year, and for the first time, we also welcome young influencers from different fields, sports, lifestyles, or culinary. 20 content creators from across Europe came, reaching out to an audience around 16 million youngsters. So the next gen is clearly at the center of the project of Watches and Wonders Geneva.
Yeah, and I can attest, Watches and Wonders Geneva is very Instagrammable. There is a lot of booths where it's really nice to take pictures and post them on social media. Thank you very much. Maybe a last word also on the university liaison program. So when we met the first time, you told me that you have actually also efforts ongoing to really connect more with the local universities. So can you say a little bit more about that?
Yeah, all year long we work with universities, schools. We invite them at Watches and Wonders Geneva to discover the watchmaking industry. And this year, for the first time, we had also a partnership with the CPH, la Convention Patronale d'Industrie Horlogère, where we rewarded the best apprentices in micromechanics. And it was the Swiss Skills qualification, and the best students can now participate to the finals that will take place in Bern in September. So Watches and Wonders is the place also to welcome universities, to welcome students, young apprentices in the watchmaking industry, to put them in contact also with the brands.
I love the idea how much you're giving back actually to society by engaging with young people, giving a future also to the industry. Talking about future, what are the trends that you're seeing, and where do you see Watches and Wonders Geneva going?
Many trends, clearly. Sustainability. We are continuously working on our side to reduce the environmental impact of the event, and have made a lot of progress throughout the years. This is integrated in our daily activities, in every decision we take, with recommendation to brands, but also to our partners in many different topics, booth construction, F&D, transportation, logistics, diversity and inclusions. To give you an example, and for the first time this year, public transportation was integrated in your price ticket during the public days. So we go a bit further every year. AI, definitely, and the lab has been thought as a place dedicated to innovation and new technologies, exploring the future of watchmaking. And this year, 3 projects presented in the lab were based on AI. And of course, also experiences, personalizations are present in our visitors' experiences, and we want to increase this personalization every year to all our guests, to all the VIPs coming. Other trends as well is the large content. Every year we have more and more content from the brands in the salon and in the city. It's increasing every year. And the guests are, as mentioned, are looking for emotions. We are in an industry where emotion is present, and we need also to live it at Watches and Wonders Geneva, and offer personalized experiences. And the Watches and Wonders Geneva teams are working all year long to provide this best and unique experience during Watches and Wonders Geneva.
Mm-hmm. Well, as a hospitality event in the end, right? Because you have to, it's event organization, right? It comes with a lot of decisions that are touching on questions like F&B, like where do we bring in sustainability, but also how do we bring comfort and ease and opulence in it? And I can imagine these are pretty difficult decisions to take, that you're not um, saving on things that bring the luxury feel, but at the same time, you want to be sustainable. You don't want to create too much waste. You maybe want to offer other vegetarian options or vegan options. Can you see like this is well received, or is there also can you see from the feedback that participants are frowning upon this because they feel it's maybe not luxury enough, or is there any feedback in that sense?
No, this is clearly something we work all year long also with the brands. So all the options and services we put in place during Watches and Wonders Geneva are well received. And today we have to take sustainability and in all our action, all operations of Watches and Wonders Geneva. And this is what we do every year a bit further.
Yeah. And the last one about AI, I was, of course, curious. Can you share a little bit what those projects were that were presented, or the taste of it when it comes to AI in watchmaking?
Yeah, there are some, for example, some applications in terms of safety, security, in contact with the police, for example, and security teams, and when there is a stolen watches, AI can help also. So often AI comes at the service of the brands, and all the options we offer in the projects that are demonstrated in the lab can help the brands in their day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much. We're coming close to the end. I have one question for you specifically. Do you want to tell our listeners what brought you into this beautiful field of watchmaking and promoting watchmaking in this world?
Yeah, it came since I was a child. I got a watch from my grandfather. I'm a Swiss man, and I always had watchmaking around me. Even if I did HEC Lausanne, watchmaking was all the time around me. And then I did an internship in Rolex and then Richemont. And I had this very nice opportunity to join the organization of the Salon. And I'm so happy to work within this beautiful industry because every year we can see the novelty, the creativity of the brands, and to promote all those know-how. For me, it's a beautiful mission, and I'm very happy and proud to do it all year long.
Wow, that sounds like you're really a role model also for many of our students. We do have some interns at your foundation, and they all come back really enchanted because they see the mission behind it and the bigger picture that is behind it. And as an HEC alumni, of course, you are the best role model for our students. So thank you very much, Matthieu, for the time you have taken to talk to me. And thank you for the team's hospitality in your holy halls here in Geneva. All the best for the next edition. I'm curious to see who is going to be the next brands who are going to join as newcomers. If you want to learn more about Watches and Wonders Geneva Foundation, you will find additional information in our show notes of this episode. Until very soon, stay tuned and take care.
Thank you for listening to Luxury on Air with Corinne Segari and Felicitas Morhart. This podcast is provided to you by Deloitte Switzerland and the Swiss Center for Luxury Research. If you've enjoyed this episode, you can leave us a 5-star review. If you're keen to stay up to date on what's trending in the luxury industry, don't forget to subscribe. As always, you can find more information about the current episode in the show notes. We wish you all the best. Until next time.